Yeah, greetings, love. My name is Troy from BeyondYogaTV. And with what's happening in the world right now and so much people just simply struggling to breathe, we felt it's even more important for us now to introduce people to their breath. Because not only is our breath threatened, and so much people are struggling to breathe, but the majority of us, even as adults walking around the planet, have no clue how to breathe. I thought I knew how to breathe at 27 years old, which is when I first actually learned how to breathe. And breath is so fundamental. It affects our mental state. It affects the state and balance of our body. It affects our health, our well-being. Your breath is probably the most powerful thing you have access to. And most of the time, we don't pay it any attention. We put emphasis on all these things like exercise and the food we eat and so on, but our breath, it's so much more essential. No one ever really says, well, how's your breath? How's your breathing? Imagine that we breathe 20,000 times a day on average and can't even last, most of us, a few minutes without breathing. So we're going to take you through a few little points that you may not have known about your breath, hopefully to deepen your relationship to your breath and help you breathe more consciously. Firstly, you don't actually pull air into your body when you inhale, right? We don't pull air into our body. If we did, it would be like, and we don't walk around like that. How your breath works is a vacuum. It's physics, right? Think of your thoracic cavity, which is from your diaphragm up to your sternum, more or less, as a box. Inside that box is a set air pressure. When you expand the volume of that box, the air pressure descends, decreases, which means that the air pressure outside now is higher than the air pressure inside of your body. So air moves inside of you, right? We don't pull air into our body. We create space to receive breath. Secondly, now that we know that breath is creating space, right? The more space you can create in your body, the more you can receive breath. Question is now, well, how do we create space? We've often heard about breathing into the belly, right? So let's look at the physics as to how we actually create space to receive breath, right? First off, you don't actually breathe into your belly. The only reason your belly expands is because there's a muscle here called your diaphragm that descends into your abdomen when you expand and inhale, right? That diaphragm pushes down on your abdominal cavity so your belly expands. Now, there are many other dimensions in which we create space to receive our breath, right? Our ribcage expands left to right like gills of a fish. Our sternum lifts, even the back of our body expands. So we need to learn to breathe in all those different dimensions, not just straight up and down, right? Not just into our belly, not just straight up into our chest, but to use that full width and volume of our breath to be able to create that space to receive breath. The more space we can create, the more we can expand our body, the more we can breathe. But if we only breathe in one dimension up and down, then we're never going to be able to breathe properly. If the muscles of our body are tight, the intercostal muscles, even your hamstrings and the muscles of your legs, your shoulders, your back, they all contribute to us being able to create space to breathe, right? So if your body is contracted and tight, we're not going to be able to breathe properly. Your breath moves down and up, your breath moves left to right, and your breath moves front and back body. Think of your breath as being in an intimate relationship. You don't want to force your partner around or shove your partner around. Think of your breath as your partner. You want to create space to receive. You just direct your breath, right? You don't force your breath. So just sitting with our breath a few minutes every day and reminding ourselves how to breathe has an immense impact on your life and your body. But when you sit to breathe, don't just and pull it up into your body. Try to lengthen your breath. Smooth, long, continuous breath, right? So you would feel your ribcage expand, feel your chest lift. But really important is don't create anxiety or tension around your breath. To be able to extend the breath, your body has to be open. Your physical body has to be open and able to expand. At no point do you want to try to lengthen the breath like it's some kind of competition, and then you find yourself building all this tension up in the body, because that's not going to do you any good. You need to relax and allow your body, even if it means lying on your back, allow your body to relax. If you have a pillow like this at home or a bolster, allow your body to relax. Open up your chest and rib cage, and then just allow your breath to move. But never do we want to force the breath. And be careful not to try to extend the breath so much that you build tension in your body. Smooth, long inhale as long as comfortable. Pause. Smooth, long exhale. Try and get all the air out of your body. Your exhale is really important, because think of if you had a glass of water and that glass was only half full, then you could only put half the amount of water back into that glass. So building the ability to really exhale and get all air out of our body is important, so that we can receive new air and bring all that new air into your body. One more thing. Breathe through your nose. Whether physical activity or everyday life, even when you're sleeping, our mouth is meant for eating and speaking. Our mouth is not meant for breathing. The nasal cavity and the nose has an amazing setup and structure that allows us to prepare our breath to be absorbed into our body. Our mouth does not have that. Now more than ever, there are so much people in the world living with high anxiety and fears, and we're highly stressed because of all the uncertainty in our world. And your breath has the power to dissolve all of that. The majority of stress, anxiety, and even physical illness in our world and our society today all stems from us not breathing properly. So I want to invite you to create space and time in your life. Set your phone 5 minutes a day and just sit or lie on your back. Allow your chest to be elevated and expanded. And just breathe. Look at your breath. See how it's moving. See where it's not moving. And just think of creating space for your breath. One of my favorite teachings says that, from B.K. Iyengar, says that your mind is king of everything. Meaning that everything you perceive or believe becomes your reality. But so much of the time our mind is in a state of fight or flight, high anxiety and full of fear. But your breath is the only thing that can tame your mind. So your mind is king of everything, but breath is king of your mind. We have been taught or allowed to believe that your breath is automatic. And it can be. We can survive with our automatic breath. But to breathe consciously and bring awareness to our breath is so much more powerful. And we have this amazing, powerful tool, the greatest medicine of all, our breath. And we're not using it. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Create time every day just to sit and breathe. Set a time on your phone, 5 minutes. Just sit, lie on your back, and look at your breath. See if you can create more space to receive that breath. Love.